toughest challenge they provided?
No, I think they were good in game 1 and game 4. I thought there were parts of both those games they might have been better than us. This one was just real solid and even straight through.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Paul. Mark was asked how to avoid allowing the late game winners the team has given up, and he said it's about staying focused. Is that what the issue has been in those cases, that the team has lost focus? And if so, how do you correct that?
There's 3 different events, right? We have a lead against Edmonton, a penalty in Calgary that we don't get a kill on. Tonight was just a gaffe, miscommunication on a simple play. So our third period was our best period tonight. First, obviously, we were much improved from last game. It was fairly even. Our third period was our best period. So we just, if in those 3 games that the third period we had a lead or it was tight and the other team took it to us, and then you could say there's something to that. I think it's clearly had 3 of them in this short a period of time. You're not too happy about it, but there's not a specific event that's taken place.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, feel free to shoot me down on this one, but it seemed like Kyle Connor and Blake Wheeler were generating some things in the offensive zone, and I'm curious if adding Mark Scheifele to that group was to add maybe a scoring center on that group, but I don't know. I'm just kind of curious why you switched those 2 centermen up.
I thought that Mark had his game going, and I thought that Blake is looking right and normal. I thought that there wasn't much going on with the other line at all, and it was more of a negative in some ways. Like I didn't like the way they were playing. So, and then I like the result of it after.
We'll go next to Scott Bellick from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, just prior to the game winner, I mean, what needs to be done differently? I mean, you're pushing the play for the final 2 periods, and is it just lack of finish, or what needs to?
It's not like it's a tight game, I mean, we had some offense die, I felt, during the game on some simple plays that we could have made to keep the momentum, because we had some good ozone shifts that just died on the handling of puck at times. Yeah, that's how I felt.
We'll go next to Ken Wiebe from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Ken.
Paul, how would you assess where your team's at at the quarter mark here of the season?
Well, there's chunks of our game that are real good. We've obviously got some areas and then we need to improve. The offensive game I like in parts, didn't love parts of it tonight, but I like we're starting to get to the net on some plays. We're going to do a better job of getting the puck to the net on those plays. An awful lot blocked here tonight. Like where it kills at, I think there seems to be a lot fewer power plays in the last 5 games than there were in the start of the season. We played hard.
We'll go next to Mike McIntyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Paul, I know you called it a gaffe. Obviously, we're not getting Connor or Neil to maybe take us through what happened there, but just from your perspective, is the mistake Connor playing that puck, or was there a communication?
It's just communication. Connor's got the right to go out and stop that puck so it doesn't get jammed on the wall. He thinks Forward's coming back to play it, so he leaves it. Forward's going over the corner because he thinks Connor's going to give it to him. And then the puck rolled into the trapezoid, so Connor couldn't move it after that.
We'll go next to Murat Tatesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Hi, Paul. In some sports, I mean, the favorite is something like 90%, 80%. Hockey's obviously not one of those. Is it fair or unfair to expect a team with your roster and your quality to be able to push this game and just take it over and win at that 1-1 mark against the Ottawa Senators?
So the problem in viewing it from a piece of paper in terms of the record is that you would expect that would be your expectation, that we should be able to dominate a team offensively that's given up the goals they have. But if you've watched them play at all, you know that that's not the way any of their games have gone. Maybe a couple in the middle when they were out west, but they were better than Edmonton in Ottawa. And they were better than us. That's a lot better team than you think. I don't think their record indicates their play or the quality of players that they have. I think they've gotten off to a real tough start. I think their team's quite a bit better than that.
Just a couple more. We'll go to Jeff Hamilton from the Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, that was actually going to be part of my question, Paul. I'd heard you on the pregame about talking about kind of those points with Ottawa and how you just hope that they wouldn't kind of catch fire tonight or today rather. I'm just kind of, when Ottawa is playing their best game, what are you seeing?
That game tonight, but they've played that game consistently. So if you go back before the puck drops at the start of the year, there were an awful lot of people thinking that Ottawa had a phenomenal summer and they were going to put a real good team on the ice, and they battled hard and they won a game early, and people were very impressed with their team, and they should be. It's a good hockey team. Their team is way better than their record, right? They've battled hard. They've gotten some bad breaks around the net. I think they got a break on the one tonight, but the quality of hockey that they play, I think, is commensurate to their lineup. I think they got a pretty darn good lineup, right? They've got some good young kids and they got some hard veterans, and it's a good team. So their record, when you look at it, you say, well, this is an easy walk. They haven't given up an easy walk all year. They had a couple of tough games on a road trip, and other than that, their games look like that pretty consistently.
And final question to Paul Friesen from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
Paul, I'm just wondering how much more wrenching a loss like that is, and what do you have to do to get it out of their system?
That one just pisses you off because it didn't need to happen. I mean, the Edmonton game, we had pushed hard, and that was right. You get a penalty late in a game like the one in Calgary. That's tough because you really like your game, but you walked out. That one just pisses you off.